.3 Nigeria Info, the sunny side. Okay, so we have guests in the studio, and they're very important persons. You'll find out why in a moment. I've just been told it's all about the parliamentarians, but I also have the ambassador here. I think it would be nice to meet each and every one of you first. We have representatives from Switzerland, and I would say it would be a pleasure to have you introduce yourself. I have a lady. Well, for a moment, the next 15 minutes, I guess, you're going to be co-presenting with me. So I'd love for you to quickly introduce yourself.
Yes, I'm Elisabeth Schneider-Schneider. I live in Basel. That's the big pharmaceutical city. And since 14 years, I'm member of the Swiss Parliament and member of the Foreign Affairs Committee.
Okay, so you're from Parliament. We'll have all parliamentarians introduce themselves first, and then we'll end with the ambassador. To my right.
My name is Thomas Aishi. I'm the head of this parliamentary delegation. We're the EFTA delegation from the European Free Trade Association. So we come to Nigeria because we see a huge potential in the Nigerian economy, and we hope to have an agreement with your government to facilitate trade, to facilitate exchanges in the areas of services, and just to work closer together and deepen our relationship.
Fantastic. Far right, please.
Yes, my name is Hans-Peter Portmann. I'm representing the people of Zurich, Canton of Zurich, in the National Parliament. I'm also a member of the Foreign Affairs Committee and, of course, a member of this delegation. And I'm from the Liberal Party.
From the Liberal Party in here.
I'm Nicolas Walder from the Green Party, representing Geneva, the minority French-speaking region in Switzerland. And very happy. I'm a member of the Foreign Affairs Committee also. Very happy to be here. Thank you for inviting us in Nigeria and having the possibility to discover that wonderful energy of the people here.
Fantastic. And sir, you.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Yeah.
Pleasure to be here. I'm the ambassador of Switzerland, Nicholas Lang. I've been here 2.5 years now in this lovely country. I have been on the continent for close to 27 years, so relatively familiar with the situation.
Yeah.
And happy to be in Lagos today.
Okay. So I think the first question should be the purpose of the visit. You had mentioned rather sketchily that you are here to work with the Nigerian government to foster better economic relationships. So can anyone else speak on other aspects of economic relationships that you're hoping to build, foster, to engineer?
Yeah, you know, we live in a very difficult geopolitical situation with blocs. We have on the one side the US and on the other side China. We have the war with Russia, and Africa could be a very important partner for us for trade. So we are on a kind of fact-finding tour here, and we have met a lot of very interesting people, very interesting companies, very interesting business, and that could be a chance for Switzerland with a very strong economy to find new partners for our successful future.
Have you considered the aspects of trade you're looking at? Engineering, tech, agriculture? Do you have any ideas what you're looking at?
Tech is a very important thing because we see that you are very strong in this business. We could profit.
Or cheap labor, hey.
Yeah.
Right?
No,
Well, if you look at the current distribution of trade, it's mainly agricultural products that we could profit from. On the other side, we mainly import oil products, and we would like to diversify that. And if we come here and we see all these entrepreneurs, there's really so much potential in this country, and this I think we would like to tap on.
Okay. Anyone else want to speak on possible economic?
We can see, of course, whenever you negotiate with another country, there are different interests, and you have to bring these different interests into one pot. And what we see and what we hear here is that Nigeria is very interested to get new investments from Switzerland. And so we figure out how could be the ground that really our companies coming here and then invest more.
Okay.
And that's also one of our proposals.
And of course, we need to work on sustainability, and I think we both have objectives on sustainability with the Paris agreements and other objectives, which we have to work together, and we are sure by working together with our knowledge, but also your knowledge and your capacities in Nigeria, we could together strengthen our cooperation in order to reach the objectives.
Okay, so I want the ambassador to speak first, and then I'll come back to you in a moment.
Just as a more general remark, in Switzerland we have a relatively outdated view of what Nigeria is in terms of economic activities. And this is also the purpose of the visit, to restart these relations. And that, of course, entails also bringing parliamentarians to Nigeria, but particularly to Lagos, to have a look at this new kind of economy, so as to then bring back that information to Switzerland and get the ball rolling.
I was going to ask a question in that regard. Like, what were your perceptions before you came, and what is the reality on ground which you've met? I hope you've been around town a lot. Nightlife.
Highly. Well, not yet. Nightlife. We arrived quite late yesterday evening, but highly impressed. Really highly impressed.
Okay.
So the perception of Lagos is much worse than the reality is, and I think this message we should bring out. How many young entrepreneurs are here in Lagos? Really impressive. So a really positive view on Lagos.
They say that Africa has a large youth population, and that in itself holds market potential. So I want to know specifically, is that also something you're targeting? You wanted to speak earlier on something that probably was mentioned.
Yeah, Lagos is really amazing. And I want also to say that we in Europe, we have a demographic problem. We have so many old people, and you have so many young people, good formed young people willing do something with a lot of power, and I think that our continent can profit from your country, but also from the whole African continent.
But you said you have a large population and
Youth population.
Youth population. This is not the only aspect to be successful, because you need to build up a middle class. You need a bright middle class for having then much more success in having not only trade but companies. They have then enough of employees, and I think this potential is in this country here. We see it. And that's, I guess, we can have very good cooperations in different fields.
I want you to give me something to chew on. Comparative advantage. Have you thought about that, and any ideas what that is in the moment? Because you're here, and I think you have practically chewed on the possibility of what will work if you take advantage of the opportunities that exist. So what comparative advantages, in your view, exist?
Well, one comparative advantage that you already mentioned is the huge youth population that you have. It's a population that is hungry. I mean, that's a bit different in Europe. In Europe, the young people, they're not as hungry as the Nigerians are. They have a good education, and they go into government, and they want to work maybe 3 to 4 days a week, and the rest they want to have leisure time. But here you can really feel the young population. They want to get ahead. They want to make money. They want to decide on their own, on their destiny, on the fate of their life, and this hunger, you can really feel it. I think that's a big comparative advantage of Nigeria.
Okay.
A large country, huge population, huge market also, and willingness to move ahead. So I think compared to other smaller countries, there is a big advantage in investing in Nigeria, and I think it could be interesting.
Absolutely.
It's a stable country also.
Yeah, okay. So Switzerland's dual system of vocation or vocational education and training, VET, it's set to be a key factor of Switzerland's economic success. So can you elaborate on that, and what exactly will that entail?
Yes, let me come in here. Indeed, roughly 80% of the youth, once they finish with their obligatory education, they don't go into college and then with a view to go to university. They learn a job, a practical job. They get training in a company where they learn that particular job, and besides, in parallel, they go to school 1 or 2 days per week, and they do that for 3-4 years, and after that they get a diploma which enables them to set up a shop, business, or continue. It's completely open. It doesn't mean that if you go that road, that's then it's completely open. You can continue to an university or a technical high school. That's the beauty of it. So young people learn something that enables them to do something when they come out of school, of that apprenticeship, whereas in many other countries everybody goes to university. There is no need for so many university students, and then it creates huge frustration because they're out there on a job market and there are no jobs for them. Whereas in Switzerland, we educate people the economy actually needs. That's a big difference.
So how does this fit the Nigerian ambition, the Nigerian dream? And how will this work? How does it work?
I think this would work here very well, because it would give the chance to everybody. It doesn't matter what is the background, where are you born or so. It gives to everybody the chances to learn something and in the practice how life is when you have to afford your life by yourself. And what we see also in Switzerland, totally agree with our ambassador, is at the end in Switzerland, those jobs what you can do with an apprenticeship, they are not less paid than, for example, to be a medical doctor. You can earn a lot of good money when you are a car mechanism, for example. So you have all chances you have, and it doesn't matter which grade you're gonna have, and it's for all the intelligent or not so much intelligent,
but
whatever people.
You're skilled with your hands.
You're skilled with your hands, and I think in this country, in Nigeria, this would be for the big population would be a great system. This we call it the dual education system.
How will it work? Is it at work right now? Is it working?
Where? Here in Nigeria?
Yeah.
No, it isn't yet, because you need companies that actually play that part.
Oh.
If you have schools that do that vocational training, but more the theoretical part, you still need companies that take in these youngsters and train them on the particular job.
Okay.
And then after 2-3 years, they do a final exam, they get a diploma, and they can start their own business or continue and get hired in a company.
Okay, please a moment.
It's a public-private partnership. We have to have companies, but we have to have also a government paying the school. In Switzerland, the companies are hiring, and the school is paid by also a little bit by the companies, but also by the government. So it's a public-private partnership. And that's the government is also a very important partner in this success story of Switzerland.
Okay, you were going to say something.
And you just need to add also that the government, the society has to recognize the diplomas. Because it's very important that, of course, with that diploma, you can, as Mr. Ambassador said, you can find a way how to go to university or to upgrade your skills in the company. So it has to be recognized. And I think it's really a united work, government, the whole society, and the enterprise.
All right, so we hear that Switzerland is one of the most, the most innovative country in the world. You want to talk about that a little bit?
I have seen today a lot of innovation here in Lagos, to say, and for example, fintech. I'm coming also from the finance sector. Fintech, I guess there could be also one possibility to have more cooperations with Switzerland. And what I have seen this morning, I mean, it's great. I wouldn't say we are innovative. I know we are in the ranking very high, but other countries are coming and pushing us, and we have every day to work hard that we can keep this standard we have at the moment.
Beautiful. So, if I visit your country tomorrow, Switzerland, what city are you pointing me to? I'm on vacation from tomorrow, so I may just stop by.
Start by Geneva.
Okay.
And if you still have time, go to another city.
Which
But
one now?
Geneva is wonderful. It's French-speaking town, very multicultural, big town, open to culture, open to...
The ambassador wants to suggest something
yes,
better.
now I have to come in because these guys, Geneva is more or less Zurich area. So
Yeah.
the two of them even, so they always forget about the capital. This is a small, beautiful capital in the middle of Switzerland. If you go by train, which is a very comfortable way to travel in Switzerland,
Yeah.
from Geneva to Zurich, you will pass through Bern, and Bern is a lovely, small, a bit dormant city, but beautiful, especially in summer. Lots of
I remember
beautiful
that.
nature. Go there, have a good time.
All
and
right.
then continue to Zurich if you still want to.
If I still want to. It has been a pleasure having your company. Thank you all so much for
Thank
being
you.
here.
very much.
Looking forward to this collaboration. It sounds good to me. And thank you again. Thank you, lady.
Thank
Thank you
Lagos,
very
we're off
much.
on a break. We'll be right back. You're listening to Nigeria Info.
.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.